Hey, good night. My name is Fernando Blanco. I am the Chief Information Security Officer for Christus Health. Unfortunately, I cannot be there, but today is Valentine's Day. I have a fiance that I love, and I'm planning to keep her. So I'm just sending you this video trying to summarize the ideas for this initiative. So Christus Health is a non-profit health system. It's composed by 60 hospitals and 175 clinics. We employ 45,000 associates, and we have about 15,000 physicians and health professionals working in our organization. Our mission is to serve the underprivileged and provide them with excellent and compassionate health care. What makes us unique compared to other large systems in the United States is that we are a multinational system. We provide healthcare in Latin America, in Mexico, and Chile, and Colombia. As I mentioned, I am the CISO, and I have moved into the healthcare nonprofit space about a year and a half ago, after working almost 20 years in a Fortune 50 organizations that was in the consumer products. So let me tell you a little bit about the project problem and what we are trying to do here. Basically, what we are trying to tackle it is medical devices security. Medical devices include a range of technology from imaging devices like X-rays, infusion pumps, pacemakers, even the Bluetooth devices similar to the Fitbit that you have. There are several types of concerns with these devices. The first one is the confidentiality of the information stored and transmitted in such devices. This is important, but it's not as important as the second item. These devices are connected to computer networks, and some have wireless capabilities. So this may present potentially a patient safety issue. Let's say, what happens if an authorized user can change the dosage on a morphine pump or mess with the settings on a pacemaker. This may lead to health complications, even the death of the patient. So this is, in summary, the risks that we are trying to address. So what do you expect what are we expecting out of the MIT students working with us? The FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, they have issued very high level guidelines in terms of how these devices should be secured. But the complexity of this problem is that each device is manufactured by a different vendor. They work in different standards, and to be completely honest with you, there are no hospitals that have a good way to deal with this problem. So we like the students to provide us with, first of all, a high-level strategy to manage all the devices, regardless of the technology they use. And once we have that, we would move to the second level. The second level would be a framework for priorities on the security remediation. Let's say, based on the criticality of the devices and the potential impact to the patient, we would rank these devices and work on the most important first. The final would be a methodology for remediation. That would be very important for us to have steps to follow on each one of these devices. That will include, if possible, also the confidentiality, not only the patient safety. So it may sound like a technical project, but it is not a technical project. So we don't need people with a technical background. What we are looking for, us getting from the students, it is a strategy, a theoretical framework, not the technical details. We have here in Christus cybersecurity engineers, and then after we have your security framework, your theoretical guidelines on how to tackle these problems, our cybersecurity engineers will add the technical details to this theoretical framework, and then we'll make it practical to be implemented in each one of our hospitals. Ideally, we also like to get from you, a way forward vision. Like, what do you think the industry has to do in the future, in the next 5 years or 10 years, on how should we tackle this issue, dealing with maybe the relationships with government agencies or stuff like that? Just give us your creative thought. That's what we are looking for. So we were also asked to discuss how we're going to be working, how the students are going to be working with us. We don't need on-site work for this. You don't need to be on hospital to deal with this problem. But ideally, we would prefer if we have the students visiting us here. We are based in Irving, Texas, that is very close to Dallas. So it may sound very appealing to you if you are in Boston, because it's 75 degrees today here. So if you visit us in our headquarters, we're going to have the opportunity to get first-hand access to the associates that deal with these changes every day. And you're going to learn more about what the project is about. In that initial session, I'm going to be working with you, and at the same time, I'm going to do some introductions with some of the security engineers they're going to be working with you on the weekly follow-up. Jerry is the person that I have assigned to work with you, and you're going to meet him later. So he also will take care of all of your information needs, and I will be working with you on wrapping up the deliverables once we have a good proposal. So your professor told us, like, how is this just not a consulting assignment and instead of a learning opportunity? I think this project will give you the opportunity to learn from a situation that you will find in your careers, and that is, like, you get presented with a complex problem that doesn't seem to have a simple, straightforward answer. So basically, as students, you will have to use your creative thinking skills to enter into this unexplored space that you probably don't know anything at this point of time. So what we are looking for is lateral thinking, breakthrough ideas that will help us to address this complex problem. This will require the development of a comprehensive strategy to help us address the security risks for the whole timeline, since the moment we acquire the equipment to the moment that this equipment is retired. So I think it's a great learning opportunity. In addition, if we end up with a good quality deliverable, great quality, this gives us the opportunity to provide recommendations to the whole industry, not only to Christos Health. As we're a nonprofit organization, we plan to share these documents with the rest of the industry, and hopefully we can make it an industry standard. So, well, of course, we're not going to charge for this. So, looking forward to working with you, looking forward to have sparked your interest in this project. And if that happens to be the case, I will be very glad to meet you here in Dallas, Texas, as soon as you can make it here for the initial session. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Jerry Jerome. I'm a cybersecurity expert here. I will be your point of contact. Please feel free to reach out to me with any questions you have, and I will get you the information. We are nonprofits, so we like to do a lot of good work. We look forward to really working with you and making a difference protecting devices in the medical field.